Adding users in Powercode is pretty easy. We'll start out by going to Config, System Configuration, and Users. And from this page, we can not only add new users, but we can see ones we've added previously, we can edit them, and we can also see when a login has been locked out to multiple bad password attempts. And that's shown by this red box around the drop-down. And if we want to unlock that user so they can log in again as normal, we can just use this reset bad password count button and it'll unlock them. So let's go ahead and open up the form to add a new user, and we'll start out with the user profile icon. Now if I wanted to, I could go up to the right hand corner here and I could go to my profile and I could upload any icon I want. And I can do that because under my profile the allow user upload button is checked. So if we want to allow that, we'll leave it checked. If we don't want them to be able to upload their own picture, then we can uncheck that option. And if we want to upload a picture for them, we can just use the browse option and pick out a picture from our computer files. So let's start out by adding a username for them to log in with, throw a password in there, and then we have to choose the permission groups. Now with permission groups, you can add one or you can add multiple groups, and what Powercode does is it just takes the highest level of permissions among those groups and applies it to the user. So we'll just choose owner, give them access to everything, and then we'll type in the user's name, and for email address, we just want to make sure that whichever email address we add here is what the user wants to receive notifications from Powercode. So when tickets are updated or there's a job scheduled or whatnot, if they're supposed to receive an email, then this is where they're going to receive that email. Throw in a phone number. And then for address, the address field you can use just because, or if you're using it for a user that's going to be a field tech, you're going to schedule jobs using the Schedule Live View module, then you'd want to put in the address they're leaving from in the morning, because that address information is used on the Schedule Live View to calculate the amount of time it takes to drive from the home base to the first job of the day. And if you have contractors, then you'd want to put in either their home address or whatever location they're leaving from in the morning. Now, since we brought up contractors, there is an option a little farther up here, the limit customer visibility option, which is pretty useful, especially in the contractor scenario, because if we check this box, then what it does is it limits that user to only being able to view customer profiles that they have jobs scheduled for. So we are making sure that they're not able to just go through any customer account that they like. It's only stuff they have a job scheduled for, and that keeps things pretty simple. Now, if we go farther down in the address field, we can throw in a latitude and longitude if we want, but there is also the geocode on save button, which will simplify that for us. And the last two options here, we have color, which is basically just choosing a custom color that'll be used on the Schedule Live View for this technician. And then we have the viewable customer groups. So if you're using customer groups in Powercode and you want to limit any user to only view customer profiles in a specific group or in multiple groups, this is where you would set that option. Now we can go ahead and save. The user profile is added and they can log in as normal.